Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and as you can see by the title, today we're talking about the music video that I was in.
Gotta get up in the morning.
So I wasn't just in one music video, I've been in 3 music videos. Now you might be asking, why haven't I talked about it? Are they not out yet? No, they've been out for a while. I just don't have that big of a role in them. It was just more like a really cool experience. So there's not really much to show, at least for the one that I'm talking about today. You can see me for like a second, and then there's like part where you can see my hair. So yeah. So this first music video was filmed in July of 2019. So yeah, like 2 years ago. And the video came out the next month. So that was actually pretty fast. Like they filmed, I mean, not all day, but a very good chunk of the day, and they threw it together really well. Megan and Liz.
Hey guys, it's Megan and Liz.
So I have been following Megan and Liz for a long time. They put out their first cover video on YouTube. That's what they used to do. They put covers up on YouTube, and then they eventually put up their original songs, but they put their first cover up like 14 years ago. I don't remember in particular which ones I remember seeing first. I don't know how long I've been following them roughly. I would say at least since 2012, if not a little bit before. One of their first songs, I don't know if it's their first original song or not, that they like properly released, if that's the right phrasing. Maybe possibly.
You'll see that maybe possibly I was the best. I don't compare to the rest. And maybe possibly you make me aware of everything I say and do. And maybe possibly I still want you.
I love that song. It's so good. Their cover of White Horse ended up on the Oprah show, so that was pretty cool.
Stupid girl, I should've known, I'm not a princess, this ain't a fairy tale. I'm not the one you sweep off her feet, lead her up the stairwell.
And so they've been releasing original songs since 2009, but like I said, they did a lot of covers on YouTube since then. They still do covers on YouTube here and there. Their song Bad For Me was charted at number 34 on the US pop charts, which is pretty cool. That was a good year, 2012. That was the year I graduated, and that was the year it came out. It was a lot of good music then, but of course. So when I moved here, I knew that they lived in the Nashville area. I wasn't sure like where, but I was like, well, it'd be really cool if they start coming out with more music and have like a home show, because you know, typically they're gonna have a show in the town that they live in. So I was like, that'd be really cool if they, you know, had a show here. So I think I was already following them like on Instagram and stuff, but I started, you know, looking out for their content more to see if they're gonna come out with more music. And they came out with Muses, and their first song on it, Take Me.
I forgot the fire, how to keep the flame alive. Pull me back again, show me who I am, 'cause I'm trying to feel it all. I don't wanna think it all. Take me back to where I was. Take me.
The music video is stunning, but they had some issues with previous, I don't know if it was a label or what, but they basically were cut from a label or something, and they lost all of the things that they had made, and it wasn't going to be released. And so they've had some difficulties in the music industry, as you know, most people in the music industry have. And so this song was kind of like how they had, you know, lost their kind of love for music for a little bit and wasn't sure if they wanted to keep doing it, and then they ended up obviously going back into it, so that's really cool. And so yeah, I really loved that song. And so then I was just going through Instagram stories one day and I saw one that said, email this email if you want to be an extra in our music video. And I'm like, okay, like absolutely, because I live in the Nashville area. I can be there as long as this day I don't have to work. So I emailed the email and they said they were only going to pick like 10 extras. So I was like, well, if I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. That's, it's not a big deal. Just worth a shot, right? I think they had already come out with a whole EP by then, by the time that they were making this music video, but I'm not sure. But I know Take Me had already come out, the music video and all of that. So I sent my initial email, saying I was interested. They sent one back, and then I sent one again, like confirming that I could be there, I think. And then they sent a spreadsheet that had like what you're supposed to wear, the locations and the times and all that. And I don't have like the spreadsheet of what, I tried to go back and look for it, and I clicked on the spreadsheet and it doesn't exist anymore. So I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was like streetwear, like crop tops, just, fall colors, I think. I don't know. You'll see in like the video like what the extras were wearing. It's just kind of like streetwear kind of stuff. I was kind of nervous because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to wear. And when I got there, I brought other options, and I was like, if this isn't okay, I have other things. And they're like, no, you look great. I'm like, oh, okay. So one thing about this music video is I don't know for sure. So they had a sponsor for the music video, Club Tales, which is an alcoholic beverage. I don't know if they included that in the email or not. And so that kind of like surprised me when I was there, but I don't think, I understand, getting a sponsor for a music video is probably a huge help, and I wasn't entirely uncomfortable with it. I was, I was 24 at the time. I was a little bit uncomfortable, but only because they're like, yeah, you can drink them, you can whatever, and I was just like, I don't know these people, like I'm driving, I'm just like, I literally just sipped mine. I barely had any. But they were really good about it. They said, if you don't want to hold it, you don't have to. And if you're under 21, you can't. So they were really good about that. So they were really good about the whole alcohol thing. Anyone under 21 was not allowed to hold one. And I'm sure if I didn't want to, I could have just not. But it was supposed to be like a club kind of party scene. I don't know how many details I had prior to that. But I'm not a clubber, I'm not a partier, so I was like, it's cool to be an extra, but I'm also like, So when the video starts out, it's actually showing the second location that we were at, so I'm going to talk about the other one first. So the first location was at one of the crew members' houses in their basement, so that's like the club, and they made the lighting all cool and everything, so it was pretty cool. And when I first got there, Megan and Liz were doing their own shots. I think they were like individual shots for something, and then eventually Liz came out and Megan was still doing filming, so I got to meet Liz first, which was really cool because obviously I've been following them for at least 10-ish years or so, and she was really super nice. Loved talking to her, but it was just really cool to meet her. And then they kind of lined us up so that when they have the angle of the shot, there's certain people and whatever, so it kind of looks like it's more of a crowd. There was probably, I don't know, 20 or less people there total, between like literally everyone, and it was really cool. So it was really cool to see how this small space turned into like looking like a club. And then after they had placed us in the random spots, we also did like group shots of like everybody dancing. And when they did that, they didn't place anyone in specific areas, obviously, except for Megan and Liz and BHAVIOR, which is the other band that's on the song. And so during those parts, I made sure I was in the back because I'm awkward. I don't club dance. I was like, I'm just gonna go to the back and I'm just gonna be part of the back. So yeah. So then there was a break between the first location and the second location, so I think I went and got food or something, I don't know. They didn't have anything particular for anyone, so we just meet back at the second location. And then at the second location, they placed everybody again, and it's funny because I actually took some Snapchats of behind the scenes because I thought it was really cool, and they're like, hey, this is an open set, if you want to take videos or pictures, like, feel free. So I did, because I was like, okay, cool. And it's funny because the one time the one time that I didn't think that I was being filmed, that I didn't think I was in frame, is the second that I'm in the music video, which is hilarious, but it's fine. And then there was actually another part. It's when, like, I can kind of see in the video, but I don't know for sure if it's me because it's so, like, minuscule. But she has a part where she like looks down and then she looks across like the way at like the guy for like the scene. And while she's doing that, he wanted to have somebody like on the side of the shot, so it kind of looks like somebody's dancing. So there's like in her eye level, there are people dancing around the camera shot. It's kind of hard to explain. So like okay, say this is the whole screen. Like, this is Liz actually, and this is Megan. But like they wanted someone just like on the edges, so it kind of looked like there's still movement going on, if that makes sense. And I did it for one of the scenes, and it was so scary because like I had to like dance to the music, and I'm like awkward. And so there is a scene, there is a little spot where you can kind of see my red hair peeking out, but it's like, you know, it's not anything crazy. You can't see my face or anything. It's literally just like strands of my hair. But you know, it was fun just being there and like kind of seeing what it's like to be in a music video and the whole process. And even though it's definitely not a music video that I would ever put out because their music is a little bit different than mine, it was really cool to get that experience to see how a set works for a music video, because obviously I'm going to want to do that in the future. But that was most of the experience. And then at the end, Liz wanted to take a picture of me, so she took a picture of me. She actually, it was one of the pictures she posted on her Instagram, so that was cool. And then I took one with both Megan and Liz at the end. That was cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that really happened in particular that day. I mean, I talked to the extras. They were all really nice. All the crew was really nice. It was just fun. And then the music video came out like a month later, and it was kind of really cool to see, having seen all of the behind the scenes, like literally, well, probably 85% of it at least, and then kind of seeing the final product. It was funny because when I went to watch it, I got to the end, I was like, that's it? Because, you know, we were there for multiple hours, and obviously it's like, what, like a 3-4 minute song? Obviously they're not gonna fit everything that we did, but it was just so crazy to see how much goes into like one little video. But it was a lot of fun. So then they had a home show, obviously, because they came out with this EP, and they had it in Nashville. One of their shows was in Nashville, and I had previously bought in meet and greet tickets before I found out about the music video, so it was kind of like awkward. And I ended up being, so I got there on time, and I could not for the life of me find my ID, and you had to be 21 to get in. Just because like that's just what the club was. And I was freaking out, and I had my temporary license, and I tried to show them that, and they're like, no. And I'm like, oh no, like what am I gonna do? I just drove like 40 plus minutes to go to this show. I don't have my ID, and I don't know why I couldn't find it, and then I ended up finding it in my car. But anyways, it was really cool. And then so I was like one of the last ones to go in for the meet and greet, and I was like, hey, again, I purchased these tickets before I found out it's a music video, so it's like cool to see you guys again. And then I was just like telling him, you know, the music video turned out great, and they looked great, and I was excited for the show, whatever. So it was cool to meet them like again-ish, and they recognized me, so that was cool. I mean, obviously it had been like what, like a month since we filmed the music video, and there was only like 10 extras, but and the red hair. I feel like it's really easy to remember me now with the red hair. But yeah, so the show was really good. It was so cool because I, you know, had been following them for so long, and to see them live in person was so cool. So yeah, so Megan and Liz now are They still put out music, but it's kind of a little bit less. Megan does a lot of, they both make content for Instagram, and they both like partner with a lot of brands, like fashion brands, beauty brands, all stuff like that. Megan has gotten into like doing makeup and things like that. I think that's more of like a recent thing. Like she's always been good at makeup, but I think she's doing it now more professionally. And then Liz, I've loved all of her content lately. She recently opened it up about her ED. If you don't know what that is, those are the initials for it. But I think sometimes YouTube or places will not let you say it. But opening up about her ED and like the struggles that she went through, and it's really nice to see somebody like speak out about those things. And she's also openly talked about anxiety and posting. There's a lot of different celebrities now coming out with more mocktails, and so she was talking about that, talking about her, you know, going off of caffeine and trying different alternatives to alcohol. And I just love both of their content, and so if you want, you can check them out. They have cool stuff out. And Liz is also pursuing acting now, which is really cool, and I think they both could do it. Like if Megan wanted to do it, she totally could. If you go and watch their music video from like 10 years ago, Are You Happy Now, they had like little acting scenes in there, and they were so good. And so yeah, so you should check them out. But that is my experience being an extra in a music video, and yeah, that's everything. So I have 2 more music videos that I've been in, not for Megan and Liz. So if you want me to talk about those, let me know. And that is everything. So I'll see you in the next video.